Hello and welcome to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE here, and it is the big one, this part one of the season finale of sorts, I guess. WrestleMania 38, night one, episode 1, night 1 today, night 2, part 2 tomorrow. The two-part season finale, WrestleMania 38, has all been building to this since the first video on this channel. WrestleMania 37 has all been building up to this. Two absolutely stacked nights of action. If you haven't seen the match card video, then go check out if you want to see what's night 2, I guess. Or just watch this or watch it for... I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how this goes. Fingers crossed for a really good night of action here at WrestleMania 38, night 1. Without further ado, let's just get into it, and we kick off with the pre-show with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. The final 4 contestants fighting out. Rich Holland and Braun Strowman both going on tears, getting a lot of eliminations. They had the same number. They're fighting out. In the end, Rich Holland managing to dump Braun Strowman out of the ring, getting the most eliminations in the match. Rich Holland standing tall when the pair of Austin Theory and a debuting guy you probably haven't heard of, very little, not very well known, little name. His name's MJF or something. Austin Theory and him working together to eliminate Rich Holland from behind, and then Theory and MJF celebrating. MJF convincing Theory here, working together as a team, goes to shake his hand. Theory shaking it as MJF grabs him and tosses him over the top rope. So your winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale is the debuting MJF for a 76. Decent match considering some of the people who were in it. Wanted to do the Andre, and we just signed MJF. Didn't know when to debut him, so debut him here and give him a win at WrestleMania in his debut. MJF, big plans for him going forward. Looking forward to him being a part of this massive roster now. Before it's time for WrestleMania Night 1 to properly begin here with the opening video package and pyro display for a 100. Brilliant, just the start you want. Video package just highlighting all the matches for night 1, especially focusing on 4 of the biggest ones though: the Hell in a Cell match between Garza and Edge, the NXT Championship match between Chad Gable and Randy Orton, the Universal title match between Bullard and Lee, and of course the main event, the Women's Universal Championship match between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. A 100 for that, perfect start to the show. More of that please as we go on here at the AT&T Stadium. And we kick off with, in my opinion, no better way to start off for WrestleMania. Get the crowd going with a nice big ladder match. The now dubbed Scott Hall Memorial Ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. The champion Johnny Gargano defending the belt against Bobby Lashley, Daniel Bryan, Frederick Fairchild, Jeff Hardy, Montez Ford, and The Miz. And all 7 superstars give it everything they've got in this high-octane match. Bobby Lashley using his strength, Ford, Bryan, Gargano using their energy and their agileness. Everyone putting it all on the line, but in the end, to kick off WrestleMania 38, your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Montez Ford. Montez Ford has done it. He wins his first singles championship in the WWE on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 38, climbing the ladder and pulling down the belt for an 85. Really good opener, really happy with that. I really went back and forth a lot on this match between Johnny and Montez, and in the end I went with Montez. Give him his moment at WrestleMania, his first singles title. Really happy for Montez, really happy with this match. 92 Gargano, 88 Bryan, 80 from The Miz, 75 Hardy, 74 Ford, 73 Lashley, 70 Fairchild. Really good work from everyone, really happy. Good start to Mania as afterwards Montez Ford celebrates atop the ladder. He's done it, he's climbed the ladder, and he has won his first singles title. The Intercontinental Champion is Montez Ford for a 100. Brilliant. Love the start. Montez Ford getting a WrestleMania moment to kick things off. Before it's time for the Women's Tag Team Championship match. On one side, we have the Bloodline. The Bloodline team of Naomi and Nia Jax looking to defend their Women's World title against the inaugural Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners, the team of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Lynch and Flair have had some disagreements of late, and there is the looming question of can they coexist that has been posed by Naomi and Nia Jax. But in the end, on the grandest stage of them all, they proved that they can coexist, because your winners and the new Women's Tag Team Champions is the team of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch getting Nia Jax in the disarmer, Charlotte Flair getting Naomi in the figure 8 leg lock, Naomi and Nia Jax both tapping at the same time, and just like that we have new women's tag team champs in Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for an 86. Another really good match between these four, really happy. 91 Lynch, 78 Flair, 76 Naomi, 62 Nia Jax. Good match, as Lynch and Flair, the best friends at the moment, are the women's tag team champions, both of them winning the titles, I want to say for the first time, but I think Charlotte Flair had a weird reign with Asuka at one point, so I don't know. But winning the titles for the first time as a team is definitely correct. As then, it's time for another tag team title match, the Cruiserweight tag team title match. On one side, we have Legado, Santos, Escobar, and Humberto, Carrillo, who have held on to those Cruiserweight tag team titles all the way since SummerSlam back in August when they defeated the Swords of Essex to win them. But now they're facing the men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners, the Mysterios, Rey and Dominik, father and son, looking for a WrestleMania moment. Dominik's WrestleMania debut, where he looks to win his first title in WWE, the tag team title with his father, and in the end, your winner and the new Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions are the Mysterios. The Mysterios hitting Humberto Carrillo with a double 619 before Rey does a frog splash, and then Dominik does a frog splash and makes the cover, as the Mysterios win the Cruiserweight Tag Team titles for a 76. Very happy with this. Not the highest rated match. Dominik brings it down a bit, but I'm still so pleased for this moment as well. Rey and Dominik winning the tag titles. Their first time Dominik's held a title. Father and son holding the tag titles. 86 Rey, 70 Santos Escobar, 64 Humberto Carrillo, and 45 Dominik Mysterio. Really happy, as after the match, Rey and Dom celebrate. Father and son are the Cruiserweight Tag Team champs. They've done it for a 76. Really happy. Another nice WrestleMania moment. The show going really well so far, I think, and it's only really just beginning, because next up we have the $1 Million Championship on the line. The champion, Deonna Purrazzo, taking on the former champion, Bianca Belair. Belair looking to get her title back, Deonna looking to retain it. Deonna without any of her little posse members. Frankie Monet, Aaliyah, Chelsea Green and Lana all banned from ringside thanks to Bianca Belair defeating them all consecutive weeks. And now, one-on-one, Belair and Deonna in a battle of who is the better wrestler and who deserves to be $1 Million Champion. In the end, your winner and the new $1 Million Champion is Bianca Belair, laying Deonna Purrazzo out with a KOD in the end for a 73, as Bianca wins the belt. 67 Bianca, 59 Deonna. Happy with this. Deonna off her game, sadly, at WrestleMania, but still a good match. I'm happy enough. And Bianca Belair is the $1 Million Champion again on the grandest stage of them all. Belair and Ford, the married couple, both exiting WrestleMania with championship gold. Very nice to see. As then, we go backstage for a little segment where we show the contestants for Night 2's Monsters Ball match being locked away in their separate rooms. They're locked away in their dark rooms, no light, no food, no water for 24 hours. Priest, Cross, the Demon, Finn Balor, and the Fiend all locked away for a 94. Hopefully it'll be a good match. Oh god, I don't know how it's going to go, but fingers crossed it goes well. Before another match, I'm not really sure how it's going to go. It's Goldberg versus Riddle. Goldberg's last match before his retirement against Riddle. Riddle finally getting his match with Goldberg. Who will come out on top? Maybe it's... I mean, you can probably tell considering he's retiring, but in the end, the winner is Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle forcing Goldberg to submit with the bro mission for an 80. Decent match considering Goldberg is God knows how old and about to retire. 90 Riddle, 79 Goldberg. Very happy with this. As Matt Riddle comes out on top, and after the match, Goldberg and Riddle, they shake hands. They show each other respect after all the trash talk and all that. They show each other some respect before Goldberg leaves the WWE ring one last time. The crowd cheering him out. Goldberg is officially done for a 100. Another 100. So many 100s. I love to see it. Another brilliant match. Another great match and another great segment. As next, it's time for what hopefully will be another great match. These two have shown they can do it in the past. Hopefully they'll do it today. It is for the Hardcore Championship. Tomasso Ciampa defending against Aleister Black. Two former NXT champions in NXT. They've had incredible matches. Hopefully they'll have one here for Raw on the grandest stage of them all. WrestleMania 38 for the Hardcore Championship. Anything goes. Ciampa versus Black. In the end, Ciampa keeps a hold of his title. A fairy tale ending onto Aleister Black. is what puts him away in the end, as Ciampa makes his 5th defense of the Hardcore Championship for a 93. Brilliant match of WrestleMania so far. 85 Black, 85 Ciampa. Both men giving everything they've got and both exceeding expectations with that 93. I said this match could steal the weekend, and it's doing it at the moment. Lots of amazing matches to go, so don't know if it'll keep that lead of the higher trade match, but still a really good match at WrestleMania 38 Night 1 as Tomasso Ciampa keeps a hold of his Hardcore Championship. Before we jump over to NXT for the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Earlier tonight, Legado lost to Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions. Will their leader lose his Cruiserweight title now? It is Andrade, the champion, who's held onto that belt since June, I want to say, so 9 months there or thereabouts, at WrestleMania against Trey Griffin, formerly known as Trey Miguel, of course. Trey Griffin of MSK, looking to win his first WWE title. He's been in WWE about 3 to 4 months, so he hasn't been here long, and he's looking to reach the top of the mountain already. Andrade versus Trey Griffin for the Cruiserweight Championship. In the end, your winner and the new Cruiserweight Champion is Trey Griffin. In the end, hitting a Meteora onto Andrade on his way to victory. Trey Griffin has won the Cruiserweight title for an 83. Very happy with this. 92 Andrade, 65 Trey Griffin. Andrade, incredible as always. Let's be honest, it's time for him to move past the Cruiserweight Championship, and Trey Griffin is the man I think should take it from him, and he has. Trey Griffin is the Cruiserweight Champion. Very happy with this, as we're more than halfway through WrestleMania Night 1, and hopefully we'll keep things going really well with a massive match next up as the Hell in a Cell is lowered. Before Angel, Garza and Edge make their entrances for a 100, it's time. The bell rings and Garza and Edge can finally get their hands on each other, and oh god, they do. This has been building and building, and it's reached this boiling point, this fever pitch, and it has to end here in Hell in a Cell. Edge, the man who cost Garza the WWE Championship, who put him on the shelf. Garza returning, eliminating Edge from the Rumble. This has been going and going, and who will come out on top? Who is walking out of WrestleMania with the joy, with the respect, with the honour of winning this Hell in a Cell match? In the end, your winner of the Hell in a Cell match between Angel Garza and Edge is Angel Garza. After 30 odd minutes, Angel Garza finally manages to put Edge down with a wing clipper for an 88. Edge running for the spear, but Garza reversing it into the wing clipper in the same style that he won the WWE title at SummerSlam in, reversing Edge's spear into a wing clipper, doing it again to win in Hell in a Cell for an 88. Amazing match, really happy. Not match of the night so far. Ciampa and Black had that honour, but still a really good match between these two guys. 77 Garza, 88 Edge. I'm very happy, as after the match, Angel Garza stands victorious. He has got his revenge on Edge. He has won at WrestleMania in the Cell for a 100. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. What a show. I'm loving this so far. I hope you are too. Leave a like if you are. I'll just say that in the middle of the video. Mix it up. It's WrestleMania, for God's sake. It's time now, though, for Battle of the Brands. We have Raw's Pete Dunne, NXT's Carmelo Hayes, and SmackDown's AJ Styles, where whichever superstar gets to win, their brand gets the supremacy, gets the bragging rights, whilst whichever superstar is pinned, their brand's general manager is getting fired. So a lot of stakes to win and also to not get pinned, but in the end, your winner, representing Monday Night Raw, is Pete Dunne, and he pins Friday Night SmackDown's AJ Styles with the bitter end. Pete Dunne gets the bragging rights. Pete Dunne gets Drake Maverick's promise of whatever championship match he wants, whilst AJ Styles, going to SmackDown to try and get one over on NXT to try and ensure Regal is fired, is pinned in the end, meaning that Paige will be fired as SmackDown's general manager for an 86. Really good match between these three guys, as you'd expect. 89 Styles, 58 Hayes, 83 Dunne. Very happy, good match. As after the match, Drake Maverick frantically celebrating with a just normal-faced Pete Dunne. You're like, whatever, mate. Whilst Paige looks on in shock. She has lost her job. She is fired. We're going to need a new SmackDown general manager. You're going to have to wait to see who that's going to be, but it's a 94 for that post-match celebration and sadness. Happy. Only 3 matches to go on what has been an incredible WrestleMania Night 1, and we're starting that 3-match run with the NXT Championship. On one side, we have the champion Chad Gable, and on the other, we have the 14-time world champion, and Chad Gable's mentor, Randy Orton. The two men have been training together, Orton teaching Chad Gable, a thing or two about the business, and they finally collide. They have met on 3 occasions, and Randy Orton has won every single time. But now, on the grandest stage of them all, with the NXT Championship on the line, Chad Gable looking to prove that he has what it takes to go with the best. He says Orton is the best. Can he do it? Chad Gable, Randy Orton, WrestleMania 38 for the NXT Championship. In the end, your winner, and still the NXT Champion, Chad Gable. In the end, Gable hitting Orton with an RKO. Orton's own move that he taught Gable for the win for a 90. Gable making his 4th defense in the NXT title. Really happy, really good match as you'd expect between these two guys. 89 Gable, 80 Orton. I am pleased. After the match, Gable getting his arm raised to the ref, going over to try and help Orton up, but Orton refusing, dragging himself up by the ropes instead. Gable holding his hand out for a handshake, and Orton approaching Gable and just slapping his hand away before Orton grabs Gable and pulls him in for a hug. A lovely moment. Orton showing his respect, showing he cares for Gable, and Gable's impressed him. Gable beating Orton, and the two men hug before Orton raises Gable's hand. Gable is still your NXT champion, and he's beaten Randy Orton at WrestleMania to do so for another 100. So many 100s. I'm so happy here at the AT&T Stadium, as Gable is still your NXT champion, one of the biggest wins in his career. It's time next for another world title match. On one side, we have the Universal Champion, Thaddeus Bullard, with Paul Heyman in his corner, whilst in the other, we have his challenger, Keith Lee. Bullard has been ducking and diving Keith Lee ever since he showed up on SmackDown and immediately made it clear he wants Bullard for that Universal title. The two men have met before in a triple threat match of bragging rights where Keith Lee came out on top, pinning Kyle O'Reilly. Keith Lee coming close in the Rumble to winning, but Bullard sneaking and eliminating him. Keith Lee in the end beating John Cena, who is competing tomorrow night against LA Knight, if you do not know that already, to win the Elimination Chamber to get here. And now it's time, Thaddeus Bullard versus Keith Lee for the Universal Championship. Both men make their entrances. Keith Lee, a more normal one, whilst Thaddeus Bullard is more over the top, limo, pyro. Bullard taking advantage of his status as the Universal Champion, putting the Bullard brand on show here. As in the end, at WrestleMania 38, Thaddeus Bullard versus Keith Lee for the Universal title, your winner and the new Universal Champion is Keith Lee. Yes, Keith Lee has done it. Keith Lee has won his first world title. To me, it had to be. It had to be Keith Lee getting his WrestleMania moment, pinning Thaddeus Bullard and ending his reign of dominance for the first time since May 2020. In nearly 2 years, Thaddeus Bullard has been pinned and he is no longer Universal Champion. Keith Lee winning his first world title. A beautiful moment at WrestleMania. 91 for the match, really pleased. 92 from Lee, 81 Bullard, both putting really good work in for Bullard, putting over Lee massively, as Keith Lee after the match celebrates as Bullard sits at ringside in shock. Heyman and him conversing as they stare on as Keith Lee raises the Universal title high. Pyro going off. Keith Lee is the Universal Champion for a 100. Very happy. Keith Lee getting his moment. I'm very pleased. As somehow WrestleMania 38 Night 1 is nearly time to close because it is time for the main event. They make their entrances for the Women's Universal Championship match. The champion Shayna Baszler against the Women's Royal Rumble winner, her former 4 Horsewoman of MMA partner, Ronda Rousey. Great friends in the past, but now enemies, going at it at WrestleMania for that Women's Universal title at 100 for their entrances. Before the match for the Women's Universal Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 38 Night 1, Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey. In the end, your winner and the new Women's Universal Champion is, of course, the Rowdy Ronda Rousey, winning the Women's Universal title, forcing Shayna Baszler to tap out in the process for a 99. How is this the match that is going to be match of the weekend? I do not know. You know what, though? I have faith in Cole and O'Reilly getting a 100, so I'm not going to call it match of the weekend yet, but a brilliant match nonetheless. I'll tell you how it got on 99. 99 from Ronda Rousey, putting in the performance of her life at WrestleMania against her friend Shayna Baszler. They have great chemistry, of course they do. Shayna Baszler tapping out in the end as the only woman in the UFC Hall of Fame, Ronda Rousey, gets the win. And then after the match, Ronda Rousey raising the Universal title in the air as the pyro goes off, the fireworks lighting up the sky. Ronda Rousey is the Women's Universal Champion. She has won it in the main event of WrestleMania 38 Night 1 for a 100. What a show. What an ending. I'm so happy. I think this might be the first 100 rated show of the save. And it is. Our previous highest ranking was a 99 for Judgment Day, I want to say. But now a 100, the highest rated show of the save. And it's WrestleMania 38 Night 1. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I'm so pleased. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler with the match of the weekend so far. But special shout out to the second best match, Ciampa and Black in a hardcore match, absolutely stealing it as well. Increased our pop in 55 regions. I'm so happy. So many people. Why can't I praise everyone? Why is it only 3? It's WrestleMania. Oh god, right. Ronda gets a praise for a 99. I want to do Ciampa and Black. I want to do Trey. I want to do Garza. I want to do Gable. I want to do Keith Lee. Keith Lee won his title, so he'll get it. And Aleister Black and Ciampa kind of was stealing the show for quite a while, so you can all get your praise. I wish I could do everyone, because everyone was brilliant, but I've given everyone a bonus, to be honest with you, so I'm sure they'll be fine. I'll make my speeches. Pleased, 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 and I am ecstatic. What a start to this season finale double special. WrestleMania 38 Night 1 is in the books, over and done with. Hopefully, WrestleMania 38 Night 2 in tomorrow's episode can be just as good, or even better. Hopefully, we can get a 100 rated match. Cole and O'Reilly, I've got my fingers crossed for you. But that is it for today. I really hope you've enjoyed a brilliant start to WrestleMania 38 with Night 1 here. If you have, then please do, like I said earlier, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more to see when that video, when that part 2, when that WrestleMania 38 Night 2 video is out tomorrow. I'm not going to try and guess the time zones, but it's 5 PM UK time. I'll show a time card right now so you can see it in other countries. There you go. But that's it. And as always, I do really want to say once again, because the season finale, this is where I wanted to get to, and I'm here, and that's thanks to your support. So I do want to say, as always, a really big thank you for watching.